Welcome to the 1.7 release note of Dynamar. In this release, 4 new submodels have been added to the cell simulator: anode and cathode voltage drop and heat loss. This means essentially, for example, so far, when it was time to add into the simulator the impact of an anode design change, like the stud diameter, we had to go back to an external resources like an ANSYS model, study in that model the impact of changing the stud diameter on the millivolt, and then plug that number into Dynamar here to see the impact of this change on the global operation. Now it's possible to activate an anode voltage drop submodel that is essentially a simple algebraic model that do take into account the impact of the stud diameter and other parameters to the anode millivolt. This means that by activating this submodel, the anode voltage drop is no longer an user input. It's rather computed by that new submodel. This means that now it is possible to investigate, for example, change of the stud diameter on the anode voltage drop. For example, here in this trend calculation, we select going from 17 to 19 centimeter stud diameter on the anode voltage drop, and then we get a response. And this response can be compared with an ANSYS simulation. Here we have the 4 points of the 4 ANSYS runs, and then we have here the curve that just been calculated by Dynamar, and we can see that this simple algebraic submodel give a pretty good representation of the ANSYS behavior. So we can, in first approximation, rely on this Dynamar calculation instead of ANSYS model to be able to do some preliminary design analysis. For example, this design here of a 400 kilo cell starting from a 300 kilo cell was analyzed 100% by Dynamar in a very short time, simply by the fact that Dynamar is very fast to get a solution, and now is fairly accurate and versatile in terms of we can study the impact of changing stud diameter, collector bar height, width, height of cover material, etc. So this means that Dynamar 1.7 is a better tool for investigation of new design. Thank you for your attention.